My name is Hayley from New Holistic Wellness and Beauty, and this is Your Skin Explained. The topic of using an SPF is a very controversial one. A lot of people don't want to use an SPF because they say that it's a waste of money. They can't see the benefit of it. It burns their eyes and it makes them break out. Generally speaking, these people would look into serums and creams to see if they can find the fountain of youth. I would argue that a proper SPF would be very important in an everyday skincare regime because the prevention is better than the cure. In the long run, it is going to cost a lot more money to go for expensive treatments to rectify the damage that the sun has done to someone's skin than actually just wear a proper SPF every day. Now, before we dive into sunscreens, I think it's important to look at the harmful rays that the sun gives off, especially UVA and UVB rays. I'm briefly just going to mention UVC rays as well. The sun releases a different spectrum of rays. These two we are concerned about is UVA and UVB. The UVA rays ages our skin by causing wrinkles and skin pigmentation. It causes immediate tanning and sunburn and penetrates the skin deep into where the dermis layer is and causes skin cancer. UVB rays causes skin burn and blisters. It causes delayed tanning. It plays a key role in the development of skin cancer and affects the superficial epidermis layers. Both UVA and UVB rays are found in tanning beds. Now, there is a UVC ray as well, but it doesn't really reach the skin. It is used in hospitals and other facilities for disinfection of equipment and rooms. The air purifier in my treatment room has a UVC filter. So now that we know what causes skin damage, let's look at SPFs. How do they work? How different are they? And why do we need them? Well, we first need to find out what SPF stands for. SPF means sun protection factor. That tells you how good the sunscreen is actually going to protect your skin against the harmful rays of the sun. The higher the SPF factor, the better coverage you have against the harmful rays. So, for example, it's better to use a SPF that is a SPF 30 in comparison to a SPF 6. Now, there's two ways that a SPF can work, and it all comes down to their ingredients. The first way that a SPF can work is by being a physical and mineral barrier. It literally sits on the top of the skin like an invisible bulletproof vest that reflects harmful UV rays away from the skin. It offers immediate protection. It is great for people who have sensitive skin. It is usually broad spectrum, meaning it protects our skin from UVA and UVB rays. It doesn't clog the pores, which is great for people who tend to break out. This is the SPF I would use for my face. You can use it on your body as well. The only downside to it is that it can rub off easily and you will have to reapply it. The second way that a SPF can work is by being a chemical barrier. Instead of reflecting the harmful rays, it absorbs it and turns it into heat, and then the body releases it. They are formulated to be used around the beach and swimming pools. They are great for people who are playing sports and sweat a lot. This is the SPF I would use on my body, arms and legs when going out for a day at the beach. The downside to this SPF is that it takes at least 20 minutes after applying for it to work. It can clog up the pores, and the higher the SPF, the more irritating it can be around the eyes. So if an SPF protects us from skin cancer and from skin damage, what would be the other reasons for us to actually use it? As I mentioned before, prevention is better than the cure. There was a paper drawn up by Jordan P. Farkas in 2013 with the heading, "The Science and Theory Behind Facial Aging." He wrote a very interesting paper with photographs of twins who I guess was part of an experiment. I've taken one of the photographs of his paper just to illustrate my point. Twin A and Twin B were both 61 years old when this picture was taken. Twin B was more exposed to the sun than Twin A. This picture clearly shows the damage that UVA and UVB can do to the skin. So the best way to avoid and prevent this is to use an SPF. Now you might say, Hayley, I've got a moisturizer and it has an SPF in. That is good enough for me. Well, you are going to struggle because an SPF and a moisturizer has two different ingredients in it because they have two different jobs. So they're going to work against one another all of the time. Now the job of the moisturizer is to penetrate the skin very deeply so that it can hydrate the cells that need it. If there's any skin pigmentation, to address that and try and lighten up the skin. Basically just to help the skin looking and feeling young. So the job of the SPF is to protect the skin. It is like an invisible bulletproof vest that lies on top of it, and it needs to stay on top of the skin and not move down into the layers of the skin. So if you have a moisturizer with an SPF in it, you have two separate sets of ingredients that are working against one another. And that is why I recommend that people get a moisturizer on itself and a separate SPF. Now, if someone has a lip balm or a primer or a foundation that has an SPF in it, that is absolutely fine, because all of those products just basically lie on the surface of the skin. It is not penetrating the skin, it's just lying on top, so that is absolutely fine. Looking now at Epion's. They have two amazing SPF products. These SPF products are SPF products only. The fact that it is a moisturizing SPF only is an indication that it is a physical or a mineral barrier, and that it's not a moisturizer that has an SPF in it. Epion's moisturizers are amazing in their own right. Now both these sunscreens are broad spectrum, meaning they protect the skin against UVA and UVB rays. Both are mineral or physical protection barriers, which means they give immediate protection and doesn't leave any residue on the skin. The Daily Shield Tinted SPF is my favorite because it gives a lovely glow and helps even out skin tone, especially if somebody has red areas on their skin. I personally prefer to wear it instead of foundation, but you can wear this as a primer or underneath your primer as well. The Ultra Shield SPF 50 is not tinted, is very water resistant and very effective in blocking harmful rays. None of these two products will burn your eyes. I hope this short little video was able to take away some of the misunderstandings surrounding using an SPF and making it clear why it is so vitally important to use it. If you want more information about Epion's products, go to the website called www.epions.co.uk. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.